Trump invading Venezuela? Why is he talking about invading Iran? Why does he want to seize control over Greenland? What on earth is Trump doing? Has he gone crazy? Is he evil? What's the deal here? Guys, I understand your frustration, your bewilderment. Let me please explain to you what is happening here. First of all, Venezuela has been the center worldwide from where elections have been rigged in nations across the world. Dominion has their Smartmatic system headquarters in Venezuela. In 2005, Lou Dobbs, a journalist from CNN, has already made a documentary where he exposed how senators, governors, presidents, Congress members in America were positioned by the deep state through the election rigging of Smartmatic that was in Venezuela, and how people from Venezuela came to America to literally control our elections. This was confirmed later by Sidney Powell, the federal attorney who has been exposing election fraud in America for years. She said that the 2020 presidential election had been stolen from within Venezuela in collaboration with China and other nations. Venezuela has also been a center for, an incredible number of global crimes, drug trafficking all around the world. Millions of people have been destroyed by the drugs that came out of Venezuela. Human trafficking, child trafficking, Venezuela was literally a center of the worldwide cabal, the deep state, the Illuminati, the elites, the Satanists, however we call them. Trump went in and he did what he had promised. For years, Trump has announced that he would end the deep state, that he would clean up the swamp, drain the swamp, that he would deliver this world from all this evil. He kept his word. Now elections will no longer be rigged in America from within Venezuela. Now the deep state will no longer be able to position their criminal puppets in nations around the world. This is an indescribable huge deal. Why are you not hearing this in the mainstream news media? For one very simple reason. The legacy media is owned by the same people who position their criminal puppets in governments. They use the media to lie to you, to control you, so you would hate those who are a threat to this criminal network, and you would support those who are part of the criminal network. The media is literally a mind control, brainwashing machine. You have to understand that. If you do not know this yet, then you need to wake up really urgently. Why is Trump now talking about liberating Iran? This has nothing to do with what previous presidents did. In the past, America has been used by the deep state, by the cabal, by the Satanists to wage their wars, to invade nations for nefarious purposes. Now Trump is going around the world and he is taking out these headquarters of the satanic elites. Iran was transformed a few decades ago. Islam has been imposed on Iran in such an aggressive way that the government in Iran has literally hung. They have publicly murdered tens of thousands of its own people. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying here? I have a report on my website that you can read. You can see all the evidence there, all the historic facts, how there's been a coup in Iran, and this extreme Islam regime was positioned that enslaves women. Women have no longer any rights. They can't speak publicly. I mean, the number of women that have been beaten in public, that have been killed, that have been arrested and disappeared forever is in the thousands upon thousands. There are few countries in the world, maybe I would have to look this up, but Iran is definitely at the very top of the list of nations in the world where women are literally being abused, and it's official, it's legal, it's part of this extremist Islamic regime. They have murdered their own people by the tens of thousands. There's no nation in the world that is so brutal against its own people. Well, there are other nations. China with its communism is similar, but years ago, the military operation called Q announced that they would liberate Iran. They said deliverance is coming. There is more going on. There is a reason why such hatred was installed in Iran. Iran has become the #1 hate hub against America. People have been mind-controlled, brainwashed to consider America as the devil in the world. Why? Because the deep state, the cabal, the elites, the evil in this world, they were planning. Listen carefully. And I have the evidence for this. You can see it on my website. Go there if you want to see proof. The deep state wanted to unleash a nuclear attack on America from within Iran. In order to do so, they had to have the support of the public. So they set up the public to hate America as if it is Satan itself. There was a plan to destroy America and the world through Iran. And guess who is truly behind it? Israel. And again, you can see the evidence for this on my website. If you want to know that I'm not talking nonsense here, then check the proof for yourself. Now, why is Trump going to Greenland? Why is he talking about taking on Greenland? For a simple reason, that Greenland was also, for a very long time, has it been a strategic headquarter of the satanic elites. It is very telling, listen, very, very revealing that several leaders in Europe of the European Union, which is also a cabal, stronghold, a structure to steal the identity of the nations and to impose tyranny on nations by unelected tyrants, because the heads of the European Union are not elected, they are just positions, and they determine what happens in all the European nations. So the EU is literally a system of complete anti-democratic tyranny. Well, those leaders have been saying that NATO will come to an end if Trump takes Greenland. Why is that? Because Greenland is a central base for them. NATO has been threatening and organizing and preparing an all-out nuclear war against Russia for the past years. They were planning on unleashing the greatest Holocaust in all of human history. Trump is literally preventing that. Trump sent his stealth bombers to Iran to take out their nuclear bases. He prevented several nuclear wars already. Now he's going to prevent another one. And he's going to take control. We have to understand, guys, that everything the mainstream media tells about Trump is a lie. It's all designed to set you up against him so that he would be criticized and everybody would hate him. But what Trump is doing, and the white hat military that is behind him, this is an international operation of deliverance of humanity. What they are doing is going around the world now, taking out strategically every stronghold of these elites, every stronghold of election rigging, of human trafficking, of drug trafficking, of the worst crimes imaginable in the world that I can't even mention here because you wouldn't even believe it. Breeding children underground for the specific purpose of mass child abuse by the elites, by politicians, by the wealthy, and for human sacrifice rituals. Because Luciferianism with child ritual sacrifice is the very heart of these elites worldwide. Trump is ending all of that. What we are witnessing, people, is the deliverance of humanity, but it is explained to you by the Satanists that are being targeted. Don't listen to those who murder humanity. Don't listen to those who only lie to you. You have to think for yourself. You have to look a little deeper. From the onset, Trump has been destroying every stronghold, every structure, every network, every operation and plan of these Satanists. They planned a 10-year pandemic that would result in the Great Reset, where nobody would own anything and there would be no more privacy, no freedom, no more rights. The whole world would become one prison in the hands of the elite. That was the original agenda with the pandemic. Trump stopped it at 8 months. He restored free speech, he restored freedom, he ended the vaccine mandates, he now ended most vaccines. Children in America no longer have to have 91 toxic injections. It has been reduced to only 7. This is incredible. And no more mandates, no more no more obligation to inject your child with poison. He is restoring healthy food in America. He's ending the food poisoning. He is bringing back justice in America, justice in the courts and the justice system. He's going to end the taxes. He's going to make America great again, which means that the people of America will become wealthy again. The American dream will be restored. He's now making laws that will enable every American family to easily have their own home. What Trump is doing, and the list goes on and on and on and on. I can sit here for a few hours and telling you all the incredible things that Trump is doing for the liberation of humanity and the restoration of this world, the ending of the rule of evil and the establishing of good as in a new era. But most people don't know that because there are so many voices out there constantly lying about Trump. Please stop listening to the liars. Look at what Trump has been doing for the past years. Everything he did was a direct assault. I mean, the World Health Organization was being prepared to become the #1 ruler. They could declare any new pandemic whenever they wanted, and every nation would sign the pandemic treaty, which literally surrendered their nation to the complete authority of the WHO, which would then mandate all kinds of vaccines, all kinds of lockdowns, censorship, putting people in quarantine camps. They would have all the authority to impose any evil tyranny they wanted. Trump removed the USA from the World Health Organization. He now removed the USA from several United Nations agencies and bodies. He removed America from the Paris Climate Accord. The climate change hoax was the next excuse for these elites to impose tyranny, steal everybody's rights, steal everybody's possessions, and make the world into one huge prison. 15-minute cities, day and night, 24/7, recording of all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your dreams, limiting your movement and travel, locking people up in their homes for so-called climate lockdowns. All of that was being prepared. No more eating healthy meat, but only eating lab-grown meat by Bill Gates, blocking the sun artificially. I mean, robbing this world from sunlight. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And Trump just stopped all of it. He had a conversation with Bill Gates, and next thing happens, Bill Gates comes out and says, well, climate change is not a big risk anyway, so I will no longer talk about that. Trump removed once again the agenda of the satanic elites. And he continues doing it. So guys, please, become aware that you are being lied to, you're under attack. They want you to be blind for all the good that is going on in the world. I just named a few examples, there are hundreds more. We have no idea how this world is being liberated. I want to ask you, please share this video, because humanity needs to know the good news. We need to know that this world is entering a transformation from darkness to light. And if you want to know more about this hopeful future, then follow me here.
So for those of you